Conference Tournament in the amount of $16,350. And because there is not and never has been a contract between the city and Gulf South Conference for the use of USA Stadium, and because the Board of Mayor and Aldermen never authorized or approved such a contract or any payment to Gulf South Conference in connection with a tournament, the Board believes that it would be improper for the city to pay an amount to Gulf South Conference that would cause the city to lose money on the 2011 Gulf South Conference Tournament. The city received $16,476.25 in payments for tickets to the Gulf South Conference Tournament and related items and incurred expenses in the amount of $8,692.97 in connection with the Gulf South Conference Tournament. And the Board believes it is appropriate to pay to the Gulf South Conference the sum of $7,783.28, which is the excess of city receipts over city expenditures, so that the Gulf South Conference Tournament will not be subsidized by tax dollars of the citizens of the city without proper authorization. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen in the City of Millington, Tennessee, that the city is authorized to pay the Gulf South Conference the sum of $7,783.28 on execution by Gulf South Conference and delivery to the city of a release and waiver of all claims Gulf South Conference may now have or ever had against the city, the USA Stadium, and the Millington Sports Authority, and the officers, agents, employees, and representatives of each of them in connection with the Gulf South Conference contract and the Gulf South Conference tournament played at the USA Stadium in 2011.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Has this agreement been negotiated with Gulf South at all?
Yes.
Or is this?
Yes, this is what they have agreed to.
Agreed.
Barbara's been in negotiations with them. You haven't? Who had? John?
I talked with them many months ago, and they were of the opinion that they had a signed contract, etc. Then when they realized they didn't, they said, well, we've got emails and so forth. And I said, well, provide them to me. They never did. And since then, it's just kind of been sitting, and we're trying to move it forward at this point and resolve it. They suggested they might decide to sue us. We didn't feel like they'd get anywhere, but we wanted to be proactive at this point. They probably, as Barbara has told me, would probably have some success because of the previous relationship of the stadium and the fact we did allow the tournament to occur. They probably wouldn't get the whole amount they were asking for. Obviously, we don't want a lawsuit or the black eye in connection with USA Stadium. So the approach here is for us to have approval to do something and then let Barbara negotiate with them to see if they will agree to this release. Unless they agree to the release, then we would not send them any money.
How did the dollar amount get arrived to?
It's the difference in what we collected and the expenses that we incurred. In other words, we wouldn't make any money and we wouldn't lose any money.
That's probably the gate and the concessions and the gift shop, I believe, pretty
It
much.
would just be a wash. We're trying to tighten up, well, we are tightening up some of these.
Do we have any other such arrangements like this that we're not aware of?
Do what now? I'm
Do we
sorry.
have any other such arrangements like this? Are we paying people to come play at our stadium anymore?
I think that this is the last one. We've got one that we're working on that we're not ready to bring forward.
They should be fine.
That is not a signed contract.
Well,
And
then when you
they're
think
trying
about
to
the idea that we
negotiate that.
pay someone $16,000 to come play a tournament in our city, is
Keep in mind that the city didn't pay anyone. It was actually a separate entity from the prior owner. Same human beings, but different hands, that made this contract.
That was under AABC. That was under AABC Foundation, I believe it.
Yeah, but the contracting party,
worked for the city at the time when he made the commitment.
it was USA Stadium Inc. that was right, we've got AABC.
Yeah, American Amateur Baseball Center.
But USA Stadium Incorporated entered the agreement with Gulf South. Neither of those had anything to do with the city of Millington. And the first two tournaments were played in 08 and 09.
So Gulf South Police, we owe them $16,350, and we're gonna offer them $7,783. Have they given any indication that that's gonna be acceptable?
I have no correspondence or contact.
The fact that they have not talked to us in months, I think they will be pleasantly shocked that we're going to give them anything.
Should we not speak to them first before we need to do that? I mean, it seems like
There
we
you
got
go.
the cart before the horse. I mean,
Exactly.
I think Barbara
See,
is
keep,
making talk.
keep always
I think Jeff has talked.
I think we had talked today.
something about what's going on.
And this will come out of,
This will come out of Sports Authority, and it has
Sports Authority.
provided it in their financial statements already. It was accrued, and it represents a potential liability on their books.
Well, you would think if they had any proof, they'd give it to us.
Right. And actually, the contract in question that she's referring to, nobody has a signed copy of it.
We don't have any contracts like this for this coming year, do we?
No.
Will we guaranteed amount of money?
no.
Not that we're aware of anywhere.
This Gulf South is back.
Mm.
You recall the World Series was playing like that.
Because in fact, they did bring that tournament here in last spring or summer. And it was played here, and Millington did collect some gate cushions and whatever else. But it was not authorized. And if it's not authorized by this board, I don't think that the city can use taxpayer dollars to subsidize that. So what this resolution is attempting to do is to fairly deal with Gulf South Conference and fairly deal with the city and its residents and taxpayers.
In essence, it's a wash. In essence, it's a wash.
Keith, let me say that the business plan, if you want to call it that, you pull your hair out because it was handshakes, promises, and nothing but sometimes just figures pulled out of the sky when it came to things like this, okay? And this was the last of the holdover from that. And so I think Ms. Lapidus hit it on the head perfectly. This is an attempt to be fair with them. We don't want to come off being a certain way, but this doesn't. We'll give them whatever money that was generated from that tournament there, rather than any taxpayer dollars that are going in there.
You know, at one time, this was a very, very successful tournament, and I think with having to move somewhere across the flood and things like that, just to get the attention. Well, you also have to remember, when this tournament comes in, they bring in, the motels are full, restaurants are full, so we do get some monies, and you've got to count both things, but this would be fair, and we can make an offer for fair, and let's see if they will accept it. They may not, but we're making, I think, this is a good faith effort on our part to because we have no contract, they have no contract. A good faith effort is good for the city, and hopefully they'll accept it.
Just trying to clean up loose ends.
But Gulf South is not planning on coming back, is that right?
They have reorganized.